the sons of God mated, if that's a word that I could use, with the daughters of men. Okay, and this is where you come up with the Nephilim. These are the people, just Satan's seed. Listen, the Nephilim is Satan's seed, and that's kind of what I was talking about Satan's seed. With the assault, because a lot of times they assaulted because it says they chose the woman that they wanted. So this was an assault. So the sons of God, which the angels, the fallen angels, mated with women of their choice because they desired the women, and that's where the Nephilim came from. And just to throw a little side note in, it says these people were of the renown. These were the uppity ups. These were there are politicians of today. There are Hollywood stars of today. There are singers of today. These are the renowned. These are the uppity ups. And it's like they think that just because they play in a movie, they could sit there and tell you morality. And so they're like, you got to listen to me. You got to do this. You got to do that because I played in a movie. So I played a fake person. So I'm super popular because I got a lot of money. And you peasants need to listen to me because you worship me. You follow me. You care what I say and not what God says. And now you need to listen to me. Well, that was the same thing that was happening in Noah's time. And just for a precursor, a little forward, Jesus says that the end of days is going to be like the times of Noah and the times of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, and we'll get into Sodom and Gomorrah in a minute. But the days of Noah, all right? So the entire world was corrupted except for 8 people. And it's actually 7 because I'll get into what happens with... I think it's Ham. I get Shem and Ham mixed up. But the one that saw his dad's nakedness, right? There's a little bit more to that story and then where he was sent, okay? So the entire world is corrupted. And God, like, I'm going to destroy all these people. I just regret making man. But Noah found favor in God's eyes, right? So for 120 years, he's building this ark because God said, I'm flooding the world. Listen to this, okay? I want you to be careful. Think about this. Well, why did the Lord destroy children? Why did the Lord destroy all the women? Listen, because they were all Satan's seed. They were all corrupted. Every single thing about them were corrupted. The children were corrupted. The children of Satan's seed. They were mating with angels, and they're having abominable kids. And they're having, and they were giving their kids away. They were sacrificing their kids. They were killing their kids, right? And God destroyed. And so, I think about Jesus said that wide is the road and that leads to destruction. And he said, many will find it. And then Jesus says, narrow is the road, straight is the gate that leads to eternal life, but only a few will find it. So if you rewind back to Noah's time and ask, how many are a few in Noah's time? 8. That's a few, right? And then I want you to think about that number when we get into Sodom and Gomorrah, of who's Lot's family and how many people were in that city that God, Abraham. So I'll get into that story. So the entire world was destroyed by a flood, okay? But 8 people were spared, and it wasn't 8 men. And it wasn't 8 women, right? It was 4 and 4. And then when God brought animals into the ark, he had male and female because he's going to populate the earth again. And so so Satan corrupted the entire world. So millions upon millions of people died because they were evil continuously. They were mating with angels. They were giving their babies over to sacrifice. They're worshiping other idols. They took what they want. They mated with whoever they want. It was out of control. And God's like, I shouldn't even made man. It's like he regretted making man because they became so evil. This is that free will thing that we have, right? He didn't want to make robots that like, I love you, God. No, he says, listen, I'm going to give you a choice. I'm gonna pour out my love on you, and you can receive it. That's the simplicity of the salvation. Jesus did all the work. You don't do nothing but receive, and we'll get into those verses a little bit. So let's fast forward. So he brings more clean animals, like 7, right, and then 2 of unclean animals, because he's gonna sacrifice. He's gonna sacrifice some animals that Noah and his family is gonna do to God.